Hey guys, so I want to thank everyone who watched my last video. And this is exactly why I wanted to make a YouTube video and put this on here just in a public place, because I knew the conversation would start flowing, and there would be some viewpoints shared that challenge and promote growth. And that is exactly what I saw yesterday. I posted the video, and I've never posted a video before. Instantly got a couple, atheists that decided they were possibly triggered. I don't know what happened, but anyway, it brought me back. It brought me back down in a very real way, and reminded me of where I came from. It reminded me of that mentality that I used to have. The need for facts, the need for proof, the need for, snark and being right, and just calling people out on whatever they could be called out on, okay? And we all can be called out on so many things, okay? I can call you out on stuff, you can call me out on stuff. We could play this game all day about pointing out imperfections and trying to take each other down. And that's fine. You can attack me all you want. You can say whatever you want about me. It's not me. It's not me. I'm not going to take it personally. You can feel that way however you want to. If you're going to attack me, I'm going to love on you anyway, because I know that you are operating in a place of pain. You are operating in a place that is separate from God, and I know what that feels like. I do sympathize with that, and I know how it feels to just need to feel like you have the answers. And in a way, and being an atheist, I think part of you does know there is a God. Small part of you knows there's a God. Really small part of you knows that you were made and that you are who you are. And everything that you are is planned by Him. And that part of you knows you weren't an accident. That your life experience, that your life matters, and that your life has significance, and that you are here for a reason. Part of you feels that. And you're also afraid of it. You're afraid of it because of what it implies. That if you do not fulfill your reason, if you do not live up to what you are called to do, you face condemnation, or you face judgment, or you face, you have this, it's a scary thought. Well, what if I don't make it? If God is real, and He's going to choose some people and not choose other people, and some people are going to get to go to heaven and some people are going to go to hell. If you are going to say this is real, then it's a scary idea. It really is scary, because how do you know who's going to hell? And then the easiest thing to do with this whole idea, the easiest and best way to deal with this, some people are going to hell, some people are going to heaven. And okay, they're suffering here and other people are not suffering. And it's to just throw away the whole idea, because it is just so complex and so hard to understand, and it's not something that I can easily explain in one YouTube video. And this may take a few videos. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to just go with the flow and see where it goes, but I may have to make some follow-up videos edifying where I need to, and especially in response to some of the comments. This isn't going to be just like I'm going to give you the answer, here it is, here is God, do this, and you have God, and you know who God is, and you know His heart, and you know His character. I can't do that. If I could, that would be amazing, and one video, everybody's saved, boom, no. But this is not how God is, this is not how the world is, this is not how our lives are going to be made. He is not in a hurry, okay? God has eternity for you to see Him, okay? He has eternity for you to know that he's real. He's not going anywhere. We're the only ones in a hurry. We think we are on this earth for a short time, and that's true. We are. We're on this earth. This earth life that we have is one grain of sand on a whole ocean, okay? So we have just this one little tiny blip on here. Blip, like it's gone. That's it, done. And what we do on this little time, what we do with our little time here, is a reflection of who we are. I think anybody can agree with that. Atheists, this is not a God concept. How you spend your time, what you do with your life, defines who you are as a person. Yes? Can I get an amen? Yeah. What you do with your time, what you spend your money on, who you hang out with, these things can define you as a person. This is, when you look at your life, these are the things that are going, who were you, who did you impact, who did you love, what did you do, what difference did you make? These are going to be the things that matter. No matter what religion you're in, these are the things that you are going to, these things matter to us. We all realize that. What we do matters. What we say matters. Okay, our actions matter. So once you realize your actions matter, even if you don't believe in God, your actions matter as in a point of impacting someone else's life, leaving a legacy, you know, carrying on, being part of a family. Your actions have consequences. They vibrate out. They are bigger than you. Your actions are bigger than you and have a way of affecting other people, and you know, one person can potentially influence millions. Okay, this is how it is. So every life, we all know this. This is not a Christian concept. Every single human life matters. Okay, once you take that into account, atheist, your life matters. What you do, you have a power to hurt a bunch of people, kill a bunch of people, you know, or even uplift and love a lot of people. Okay, I'm not saying atheists are terrible people. They're not. A lot of times, atheists are very loving, and they are atheists because they cannot reconcile the fact that the people they love are going to go to hell. That keeps a lot of people in atheism. That kept me in atheism, because it's not because I'm just closed and I'm sinful and hateful. No, I loved people. I loved my best friend who is a Muslim. I loved my best friend who is Chinese and raised atheist. I loved our family friends who are Orthodox Jews. I loved them. And it was my love for them that made me turn away from God. The idea that God is going to send these people to hell. Okay? It wasn't because I was a bad person. It wasn't because, you know, Christians can condemn, oh, you don't know God, you're an atheist, you're going to hell. And you just blanket condemn and shun. Okay, that is terrible. We need to stop doing that. If any Christian person is doing that, don't do that. We need to love one another. But the thing is, and I see the suffering in the world, and how can my heart not break for children dying in sickness and in starvation and in other ways? How can my heart not break when I see that? You know, how could there be a God if he allows such deep suffering for so many people? Okay? But what God showed me, and he showed me, my thinking was, it's not that I'm wrong in these words. There is suffering. There are people going to hell. Okay? But God showed me that my thinking about those things were wrong. I was thinking, oh, how terrible it is that these people are suffering in third world countries and other places around that they just live these hard lives that I have, even me, an American, spoiled and fat. I have no concept of it. Okay, if I'm real, I have no idea what it's like to live in Africa. I've never been there. I have no idea what it's like to, you know, starve and to, I mean, I've fasted, but that doesn't mean I know what it's like to really starve and really not have and really struggle and have health issues and die of diseases. I thank God I do not have concept of this. I have had other hardships of my life. I have had, I didn't mention this part in the last video, but my father, who I mentioned had left, I lost him to suicide. He died of suicide. I was saved of suicide, and he died of suicide when I was 18. He died of suicide. I didn't even know it when I was suicidal at 19. I didn't find out that he was dead until I was like 21. But my point, that's not my point. Every life, he showed me so clear that in my whole life, he has been with me. He made it so clear when he spoke and shook my soul and he spoke the words. It was like a switch gets flipped and you see suddenly how he has been there. How he has been there through all of it. He was there when I was cursing him, when I was fighting with people online, when I was telling people to their face, you're an idiot for being a Christian. Okay, I know better than you. I know this. And even as a new ager, I would kind of say things like that. Oh, they're misguided. Christians try, but they're so misguided. Their energies are skewed. I said all kinds of crazy nonsense about Christians. Okay, I really did. And I get it, but I see how he was guiding me and leading me to where I am. He pulled me, even though I didn't want him, even though I wasn't searching for him, even though I hated the idea of what I thought he was to Christians, and I hated the idea that there could be a God that would allow all this crazy stuff to happen, not just to me, to others throughout the world, and everything else. How could a God who is supposedly, everybody says, oh, he's so loving. Well, how is he so loving if all of this is happening all the time? And here's how he's loving. Because whatever happens on this grain of sand, it is just a grain of sand that we're here. So if from now to the moment of the end of my life, maybe I have 50, 60 years left, I don't know. If for the rest of my life, I'm just going to be tortured for the rest of 50, 60, 70 years, whatever, however long I have, I don't know, 40, it doesn't matter, whatever. I'm 29, so however long I would have left on this earth, if the entirety of it were to be spent in pain and turmoil, I'm fine with that. I am totally cool with that. If God wants me to be in pain and turmoil for the rest of my life on this earth, I'd be like, all right, God, that sucks. That sucks, okay, but I will do it. All right? That will be my honest to God reaction. All right, God, that's kind of sucks, but you know best. Okay, you know best. And the reason I say that is because I know he is a God that makes good on all of his promises, and I know what's waiting for me at the end of it. I know that heaven, this is so important, and I think a lot of people really miss this. Heaven is real. People focus on hell, and people focus on the crap, okay? The stuff on this earth that is temporary. People get so focused. But let me tell you something. Heaven, he wants to give us everything that we want and need in heaven. He wants to live with us in pure harmony and bliss for eternity. But the reason he is making us suffer and anguish on this earth is to see if we're ready, to see if we can accept him. Can we see who he is? Do we love him? Do we accept him? If we accept him, he accepts us, we are in heaven. Okay? It's the simplicity of it. We are complicating it, but if we accept him and he accepts us, we are going to heaven. There's nothing else that you need to do to get into heaven. Just say, God, I love you, I accept you, and mean it. You have to mean it. I love you, I accept you. I want to live for you. My life is yours. My life is yours. You made me, I'm yours. You recognize you are made by him, and he already owns you, but you give yourself back to him. You live for him. You are his. Nobody can take that away from you. There is no atheist in the world that can take this away from you. There is nobody in the world, nothing. You know you're getting it. You know it. You just know. You feel it. He shows you. He talks to you. You start seeing your life totally differently, just completely differently. Everything starts making sense. Things that didn't make sense, you now have answers for them. Things that you just could not even begin to realize the reason for it, you now see the reason clearly. It's literally like waking up, or veil being lifted. Like there all these like words that you don't understand until you understand. It just the atheists want to have proof. They want to know. They want to know. Okay, all right, God, come show me the hands and feet and nailed in your side. And guess what though? And the Bible doesn't lie. I've seen this. You can test this if you want to. Doubting atheist. Please test this. Don't take my word for it, okay? I'm nobody. I am nobody. I am just nobody, okay? You can see that I'm nobody. But if you test this, if you even slightly open up to the idea, maybe there is a God. Maybe it's been nagging at you. Like I could describe it when I was an atheist, this kind of clawing feeling I would get where I thought God was not real. Okay, I thought that he wasn't real, but it itched at me. It was like this, what if he is? It's this kind of quiet, like, what if you're wrong? What if he is real? What if the Christians are right? And it was always, I found it so interesting. I was never really, like, I didn't have a problem being an atheist with the other religions too much. It was always Christianity that bothered me the most. Christianity, that was like, it bothered me so much. Like how could anybody with a thinking brain feel that way? How can anybody with a thinking brain believe this nonsense? A virgin birth, like all of it. And yet, here I am. It's just, and it's not a satisfactory answer for atheists, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. The best thing I can tell you, for if you really want proof, if you really, really want proof, you're sitting here, you're thinking, you have that itching feeling, how can this girl, this woman, this ugly woman, say that Jesus is real and that she used to be an atheist and now she's not? And none of this that she is saying makes sense to me, but I can tell she's passionate about it. She really does believe this. Her heart is in it. You can see that. Then just say, okay, I'm going to take God, if you're real, and if you are the God of the Bible, if the Bible really is your word, Jesus, if you are real, I know a lot of you probably won't do this, but even if one of you just says, because when I was an atheist, when I would form opinions, this isn't even a Christian thing either here, okay, when I would form my opinion on something, okay, I would look at, okay, let's say Democrat, Republican, political. Let's make it political for a second. Ooh, politics and religion. We're getting into it. Okay, so I would see the two viewpoints. Okay, I wouldn't just go with one and just follow that one. I would never be okay with that. I look at both sides, form my opinion. Okay, same thing with any other two-sided issue or many-sided issue. You look at them. But the thing is, with atheists, and this is the biggest mistake atheists make, and please hear me on this, atheists. You think knowing the story and knowing the words is knowing the belief. You think it's like anything else where you could read an argument and you can argue it. And there's a difference there. Christianity, that you're not reading it. If you're just reading it, you're not getting it. It's not something that can be read. It's not something that I can explain to you. You're looking for me to explain it to you, but I can't. The only thing I can do is point. Okay, I can point. That's all anyone can do. We can point to him. Okay? We can point you in the direction. That's what churches are trying to do. That's what we're all trying. We're pointing. God is here. He's here. Okay, look here. So if you are an atheist and you are nagged by the idea that maybe God is real and maybe the Christians are right, give him a day. Give him 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. What is 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month? However invested you, however sure you want to be. If you want to be sure, give him as much time as you're willing to give him. That you will be sure. The worst that happens is nothing, okay? And you just go back to your atheist ways and nothing changes. Give him, if you're going to just give him, if all you're willing to do is give him 1 day of your life, let it be a day that you're off, you don't have distractions. Spend the entire day praying to him, asking him to show you he's real. Nobody has to know you do this. You don't have to sacrifice your street cred or anything like that. Just say, God, if you're real, show me. If you're real, I need you to show me. I'm desperate for you to show me. Pray for him. Read a little bit of Bible in the New Testament, preferably if you're new to it, because the New Testament, and especially Jesus' words in the book of John. The book of John is amazing for a brand new person who has never experienced God. It's just a book. Atheists, I'm sure you've read a million books. Read a little bit of a book of John. It's not going to kill you. It's just because it's the Bible doesn't mean it's, just read a little bit of the words, what it actually says. Okay? What the message actually is. Okay? Pray, fast, give him a week, give him a month, give him a day, whatever you're willing to do. You don't have to tell anybody you're doing any of this. In fact, it's best if you don't. This is between you and him. And if your heart is really searching, he will show you. He will show you and he will remove. You think I didn't have doubt? He will remove all of the doubt. All. Because he knows. He knows how our brains are. He made us. He knows we're not satisfied with just repeating whatever, and that if we're really going to get into it, we really got to get into it. Okay? And there's going to be more. I'm going to have to make some more videos to get in on this point a little bit more. But I think this might be a good starting point video to point somebody in the right direction. I'm hoping, even if one person just tries it. Don't fight me on what I'm saying. Don't try to intellectualize the story and intellectualize all of God at once. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about just let him show you who he is. Experience it for yourself. Experience him for yourself. He is real. He loves you. He has a plan for you. There's so much more I have to say. There's so much more I have to follow this up with. But I think if I can just make this one point right now, to just trust for 1 day. No one has to know. No one ever has to know that you did it. And if it doesn't work, leave me an angry message in the comments and curse me and go about your atheist life and nothing is lost. That's fine. I'm fine with it. But just try. Open the heart. Pray for an open heart and open that heart and just see what happens. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Dear God, please be with those who are searching for you. Be with those who don't know you, who want to know you, who maybe don't even want to know you but are bothered by this idea that maybe you are real. Let them know that it's nothing to be afraid of and that you are here and you are sovereign over every minute detail of every portion of their life. Whether they believe in you or not, you are there with them always. Always, always. In this second, you are with them. They are walking with you and they don't even know it. But let them see you. Let them feel you. Let them know you. So they can bring you glory as well. In Jesus' name, amen.